in the introduction part of the chapter. And if you remember the flywheel, when we want, what we want to do is begin to build the foundation and do the tactical work and execution work that helps us get positive results. And in order to do that, we have two things that we keep in mind. We want to build inspiring workplaces, a place where people are deeply connected to their work. And by doing that, we build strength in our people, and we do intentional acts and support the people first in our organizations to build their strength. And the combination of building those inspiring workplaces and building strength in our people around the results that we're trying to achieve really helps us achieve those results. And once we achieve results, we know what begins to happen. That once we see positive results, then our flywheel starts spinning. And the more results we achieve, the faster and faster that flywheel goes. And just like we witnessed, when we thinking about the Miami FSU football game, at the very end, we scored 2 touchdowns and thought we were home free. And then all of a sudden, a big play in Miami was within 7 points. And what it makes me think of is there's something that interfered in a way that the players were executing that pulled that flywheel down to slow a little bit. And so if that momentum continues to slow, the likelihood of hitting that winning move to get to the other side also begins to slow. And so that's our goal, is we're going to have ups and downs, but we're really trying to build solid execution, stay with the game plan, practice hard, execute well to achieve those goals. And it's very difficult to do that if we don't have those inspiring workplaces and build the best strength in our people. And I think that's what we see in sports all the time, is that combination to get to those results and able to deal with adversity when it hits to move to the other side. So when we look at the flywheel and we build the spin to the flywheel, that's where the 9 principles comes in. So basically what we start with is that commit to excellence. And when I wrote the chapter, if you remember, in Commit to Excellence, I started with creating those standards of excellence that really define what we stand for and what we're going to commit to as a unified group of people to achieve the goals that are most important to us. And in order to do that, we have to know where the strategic direction is and where we're trying to go, and how we build that plan or guide that's going to help us get there, and how we help people align to that plan so that they know what they do matters. When we build that plan, we then have to measure what we know are the important things to measure so that people can see when we hit this measure, when we hit this goal, this result, we know this is something that we're trying to achieve. And then when we hit that, we even stretch it more, and we move it to where we get better and better and better, and we begin to cascade that so that everybody understands the goal that we're trying to achieve, and we're bringing that team together to achieve those goals and having very intentional conversations around those actions that are helping us achieve goals. We're building that culture of service. We're always at the centerpiece of what we do. We're serving each other, and we're gaining feedback constantly so that we know that what we do is providing the best service to those we serve in our organizations and those we serve each and every day. And for us in K-12, it's students and teachers, and in higher ed, it's faculty and students, and in K-12, it's also the parents in our community. So we're constantly looking at how can we provide that 10 out of 10 service in the most significant way. We're developing leaders to develop people. It's very difficult to develop our people if our leaders aren't strong in their ability to develop the people we work with each and every day. And there are tactical things that we see in that chapter that really help us develop our people. We're focused on employee engagement. That's where we're really building those inspiring workplaces. We're looking at that feedback. We're making continuous connections to our employees to see what's working, what's not working, where the gaps, and how do we come together as a team to make sure that we're closing those gaps to achieve what we need to achieve in order to be the best that we can be and achieve the goals that we've set forth in Principle 1 and Principle 2. And we're accountable. We want people to be deeply connected to the work, and we own that work together so that we're accountable to achieve those goals. And we're always connecting back to those standards of excellence that guide us on how we show up each and every day. And when we're out of line, we hold ourselves accountable, we hold each other accountable, and we expect to be held accountable when we're out of line with the standards in the way that we've defined them and the way we want to show up. And that alignment piece, one of the things that we know that can stop the flywheel is inconsistent leadership practice. Our ability to align our behaviors to those goals and values and do that consistently across the organization is the way that we build the solid foundation for execution. And communicate the last two principles, Principle 8 and Principle 9, to me can be embedded within all of the other principles, because every principle connects back to how well we communicate, how well we do that pre-work in communication, to be thoughtful about the words that we use and looking at the outcome we're trying to achieve. And Principle 9, when people are doing the things that are most important in our organization, and they're doing those well, and they're engaging and living out our standards and helping us achieve the results, that we're constantly recognizing people each and every day and harvesting as many wins as we can over time. And that is constant everyday work that we do. All to say, with the 9 principles framework, the tools and tactics are there embedded within the book that we know work. It's our ability to execute them well and to execute them with consistency of practice to where we get to the way we're hardwiring. And even when we hardwire, we know we can slip. Just again, like what I was talking about the game, we're 2 touchdowns up, but then something happens and now we're only a touchdown up, and oh my gosh, they're getting closer to getting a tied game, and we have to execute in a particular way in order to help them, to help ourselves and help our team keep our goal focused on achieving to get to that win. And that's our job as a leader, is to help our teams feel successful, be deeply connected to the work, and get those wins time and time again. That's what Hardwiring Excellence in Education is all about. How do we become the best leaders that we can possibly be, to execute well, to achieve the results, to bring our people together and win as much as we can for our students and our teachers, our staff, and our families. And that's what I hope that the book helps us all do, is to continuously execute as best as we can to achieve positive results for those that we want to make a difference with.